we're gonna do something fun and teeny tiny tonight, okay? So if you, at the end, if you're interested in the challenge and have questions, we'll go ahead and answer those at the end, okay? I put 1 coat of paint on this already because I was thinking it was gonna need 2. And so what I'm using is Deco Art Enchanted, hey Mary Ellen, and it is turquoise and it is an iridescent flash paint, okay? It says iridescent top coat acrylic, but it's flash, okay? So what happens is it goes on white, and then as the light hits it, it flashes turquoise green, and it's hard to see there, but we're gonna do another coat and dry it real quick, and then we're going to do a cute little animal print ornament, and we're either gonna add a heart to it or a Christmas tree. I don't know. If you have paid and haven't been approved yet, you will be. If it has been less than 24 hours, give us grace, because nobody is sitting on top of that and monitoring it 24/7. We try to go in a couple of times a day and approve people, but do not stress. You will be approved ASAP. If it has been more than 24 hours, then you can email us at info@artshatter.com and we'll see what the deal is. If it's been more than 28 hours, possibly you didn't answer all the questions, which asked for your email address so that we could compare who paid to their email. And if you didn't answer the questions, then that's probably going to be a delay. Okay, so let me see what we got going on here, and then we're going to get started. I know, Debbie, I agree. Facebook is crazy. It's been janky all day today, and it's making me insane. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so let me see. I'm just trying to make sure I don't have anything I need to answer real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and turn down my, I left my paint over there. Hang on one sec. I need my black paint. Thank you, sir. So I'm going to go ahead and turn down the camera so you can get a bird's eye view of what we're doing. Hey, Janie. And we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, we'll get this party started. So let me flip upside down. That is not what I wanted. Hello, hello. Why do I always forget how to do this? No frozen on your end. Good. So flip, and then we will close it in on our little piece. Get it set up and fixed up. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay, so I think that is a sticky spot where we were mixing resin earlier. I'm going to have to get that off or I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to keep putting my hand in it and I will not be happy. Mad because I'm not calling it by its new name. Yeah, I don't think anybody is going to use that. Anybody with, I don't know. Facebook obviously has too much time on their hands. So let me clean that up a little bit. That was a sticky mess. So what we're gonna do is work on this little tiny 4x4 art or canvas. I can't get my words right. I'm trying to find something I can put here that's gonna deter that stickiness, but I don't see anything. So I'm just gonna have to keep going. Ugh, yucky. So 4x4 little baby canvas. These come from Michael's. You can buy them in one, like one little 4x4, or you can buy a whole pack that has, I think, like 9 of these in it. So that's an option too. All of those are also on sale at Michael's, 20% off. No, you do not need to reinforce the weights. We're not going to be using that much glass on these, and they're really skinny on the back. So for it to have too much glass would be a miracle. So we are going to, you don't have to do anything. Okay. Mold and water leak issues. Oh no, Bianca, so sorry. Okay, so we are going to do, I'm going to move that and put that here. We're going to do a cute little ornament out of this. And then we're gonna embellish it with something, either a little Christmas tree made of glass or a little heart made of glass. We're gonna make that decision when we get to that point. So, why can I not find anything today? What is going on? So if you are trying to make a circle, I will put this in the group for Shattered Circle people, but if you are not a member of the Shattered Circle, you can just get a jar or something along those lines to help you make a circle, a glass, something along those lines. All my stuff has been moved today and I'm getting a little irritated. So I'm actually going to just trace this onto my canvas. It is Walls and More by Mimi.com. It's been posted like 17 times. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is you can like use a cup or whatever you need. Even the bottom of this paint jar is actually perfect, the perfect size. But depending on what size canvas you're going to use, what is going on? You're gonna make your ornament to fit that, okay? But before we get started, we are gonna do one more coat of the Deco Art Enchanted Turquoise because I want this to have a little bit of flash to it. So I'm just gonna squirt a little bit of paint right onto my canvas. I'm frazzled for some reason because all my stuff's MIA. And I'm gonna get a brush and I'm just gonna spread that out. I'm gonna kind of pull in one direction so it's not splotchy. And then we'll dry that real quick and then we will move on. And there's hair and that's not acceptable. It's like there's glitter or something here. This is not a good day. Not a good one. All right, so I'm gonna hit this with a dryer real quick. So give me 10 seconds. Thank you guys for posting the foil does come from Rima, Walls and More by Mimi. You can purchase those foils from her. You also need to purchase foil size. It's like the glue that keeps the foil attached to your canvas or your artwork or whatever you are putting the foil on. So let me get this dry and then we're gonna trace our cute little ornaments onto our little mini baby canvas. So again, this is a 4x4. Hey Jean. All right, let me look. We want to let that cool down for 1 millisecond. And then we're going to trace this onto our canvas. Now this paper is way too big. It's hindering me a little. And I need to tape it down. So I'm just going to cut it off. That way I can tape it and it won't be wiggly. So let me get that chilled. So I'm gonna center my ornament as best I can. Actually, I'm gonna cheat it a little to the right because I think we're gonna do the Christmas tree on there. So I'm just gonna tape that down and I'm gonna use my graphite paper or transfer paper, whatever you wanna call it. It's called different things. It's like that black stuff when you had typing class. Hey, Texas. And I'm just gonna trace my ornament, okay? So I'm just gonna, and I'm not going to trace in the heart or the tree because I'm not 100% sure which one I wanna do. I wanna get my ornament on before I decide. And here's our little ornament holder, our little hanger. So just trace that or sketch it with, go around with a pencil. Hey, Gladys. Go around with a pencil, a glass, or a cup or something and make yourself that circle. Now, I do have a little bit of carbon debris right here on my canvas, so I'm just gonna rinse that off real quick. I pressed too hard. So you can just rinse that off with water before you get started. We'll put this away. Mine's acting crazy, Sue. It keeps showing on my iPad, which is where I'm reading from, it keeps showing that it's frozen. So it's driving me nuts. So to get started, because I'm gonna use this black foil, the foil will not transfer 100%. Okay, it won't transfer 100%, so we need to put something on the background so that you don't see white pressing through the foil. So I am literally going to use black. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to use black. You could use black or gold or whatever color you want, but some of that is going to show through. So be mindful of whatever color you use for that. So I'm going to grab a brush that is appropriately sized without being too big. And we are just going to, is yours freezing too? We are just, I want to talk to you. I'm just going to fill in the ornament with black paint, okay? So if any of the foil doesn't transfer, then what you'll see is a little bit of black peeking through that foil. So let's get real careful right on the edge so I don't get out of line. But like that, like I just did. We'll correct that. Good heavens. Gotta hold my mouth right or it won't do. Y'all have to do that too. Just be very quiet and hold your mouth right, hold your head right to get things straight. Let's see, go around the outside edge and then fill in. This is a cute little mini, great little teacher's gift, or, you know, just a little token prezzy for your coworkers. That sort of thing, just a cute little 4x4 pretty. So let's go around the edge. Hold my mouth right. Keep going. I know you have to just, you know, bite your lip or stick your tongue out or whatever it takes. All right. So that kind of looks a little wobbly, but let's fix that up. See, I got out of line. Excuse me. I got out of line on that left side and I tried to compensate and it didn't turn out very well. So let's see if we can do better. We'll kind of wobble it out on this side a little bit too. Make up for it. That's just gonna have to do because nothing perfect, is it? Nothing in life is perfect. So for the little topper, I'm gonna use some gold and I'm gonna add, I'm not gonna do the black there. Your work face, that's funny. Okay, so here's a funny story. Because I use my iPad a lot, I have literally, because you know they're touchpads, I've literally been looking at a magazine and then tried to like swipe up or over on a magazine thinking I had my iPad. Is it just me? Am I the only crazy person? So this is Antique Gold Metallic by Folk Arts. Just me, huh? I'm the only crazy one? I'll stick my tongue out too. Or I'll bite my lip. So I'm gonna put a little bit of gold right here, and it's probably gonna take a coat or two. I can see. The metallics, which are normally translucent anyway, you've done it too. Normally translucent anyway, are super translucent. I call these my COVID paints because it seems like they're not quite as nice and opaque as they have been in the past. So again, before we can apply our foil. I'm gonna blow dry this really quick. Do you do it all the time, Kara? We're gonna blow dry this really quick and get this dry. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so we're all crazy. It's not just me. We all do it. All right, so I'm gonna hit that again with some gold. Hey, Judy. And then we're gonna do some foil. I'm so excited. Hit that once more, and a nice solid gold piece. There, voila. So now what we're gonna do is, this is not 100% coverage. I don't know if you can see. It's still showing a little bit through the to the canvas, but I'm not gonna worry too much because I think it'll be okay. I don't think, I'm gonna pull this down just a little bit more. Hang on one second. I don't think it's going to matter too much. I want to go ahead and get my adhesive on so it can be drying and we can chitty chat for 5 minutes while it dries. Becky said, I was trying to ask Siri a question. I kept saying Alexa. Oh, I've done that before too. All right, so this is foil adhesive. You can get this from Rima as well at the website that we have posted 10 times in this video. So look for Walls and More. So maybe you need to put, Catherine, put her website one more time and then say for foils, check out blah, blah, blah. Because I think sometimes if you just are popping in the website, people don't know what that is for. Okay, so... Oh yes, Phyllis, I've done that a million times. This is foil adhesive. It is what helps adhere the cute little foil to our art piece. So I'm just gonna paint that glue right onto my canvas. A nice thin coat. Stay in the lines, Cindy. Ooh, and then we need to let that dry really nicely before we move on, because if you don't let it dry, I would suggest if you're doing this at home, just paint it on and then go somewhere for an hour or two. It'll stay sticky for a while. I'm not sure exactly how long. I have to ask Rima to tell us, but I think 24 hours. So paint it on and then let it dry till it's completely clear. And then you can come back. Ooh, and apply your foil. Because if you try to apply your foil too soon, it's just gonna be a mess. It's not gonna stick, and it's gonna mess up the size, the glue, and it won't adhere. So that's a nice thin coat. So hopefully that will do the trick. And I'm gonna stick that in. There we go. Thanks, Catherine. I think that'll help with people. It does. It may stay sticky forever, but I know a minimum of 24 hours. It may eventually not be sticky. So now let's talk real quick while we're letting this dry. Let's talk about our options for this. Okay, so do you think, I was thinking about either a heart. Saw this, a similar thing on Pinterest. A heart made of seed beads that we could put right on top of the ornament. I thought that red would really pop on top of that ornament. So a red heart made of seed beads, or we can do a Christmas tree made of little tiny glass shards. So, no, you cannot use Mod Podge. It has to be an adhesive size. So, what do you think? Heart or a Christmas tree? I like the pop, I like the pop of red, but I think either one would be pretty. So, let's decide. Let's think about that. I'm going to put my little bits over here. We have trees. I'm seeing a lot of trees. We may have to do a tree. We may do both. Well, I don't mean tonight, but I may do one and video it and pop it in the thing with the heart too, so. No, you cannot use Mod Podge. Oh, Stephanie, that is awesome. Yes, you do need to do a heart. So it's about equal. I'm seeing a lot of trees, but a lot of hearts too. Let me see. Y'all gonna make me decide, aren't you? I thought we'd have overwhelming. I don't want to force this dry because that will make it dry on the top and wet underneath. It'll dry just on the surface. And yeah, a tiny tree. See how this one has the little hearts? And then I thought you could take that out and replace it with a tree right there. Just a little baby one out of tiny little glass pieces. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of trees, y'all. Add red beads for decoration. That is perfect. So I still see a little bit of white from the adhesive, so we're going to keep deciding. So while we're talking about that, who here has joined our 3-day Christmas tree challenge? Give me some thumbs up if you have joined the challenge and you're going to be hanging with us. Rima, did you say you can use Mod Podge as adhesive as a size adhesive for foil? You're going to have to verify that with me because I didn't think you could. Look at all the thumbs. Love it. Yay. I'm so glad you're going to be hanging out with us. Yay, Sally Ann. Talk to me, Reams. Let's see. So here, while this is drying, I want to show y'all real quick. Anita, it is probably in your junk folder because it goes automatically. It's an automatic email. So check your junk file, and if you still can't find it, you send us an email to info@artshattered.com. and we will get you straightened out. So you should have an email automatically. If you're a Gmail account or Yahoo, those almost automatically go to a junk folder or a spam folder, so check that out. So here are our trees that we're doing. I'm just kind of biding my time. No, never. Thank you. That's what I thought. Biding my time, waiting on that to dry. We have a little bit of white there. It won't take but another second. So here are our trees we're doing next week in this challenge. So excited about this. 3 different art pieces, 3 trees in our challenge over the course of 3 days. Walking you through step by step by step. Thank you, Michelle. Awesome. Walking you through step by step for each one. You also have access to these forever. So once you register for our challenge, you get invited to our Facebook page just for this challenge, and you have forever access to those trees. So you do not have to participate live with us in this challenge. You can register, and then you can do these trees at your convenience, okay? So don't stress if you can't make one, or if you forget, or if you have other plans or whatever. You have always access to the 3 videos, and including a video on how to break glass and how to safely break your own bottles and glass, and a couple of other bonus videos as well. So let's take a peek and see how things are going here. I don't see any more whites, so I think we're safe. So remember to do your pattern side up, okay? You want the pattern facing up towards you. You're gonna just lay it down. It'll stick to that glue, and then you can take a brush. Let me see if I got a stiff brush I can use. You can take a brush and just scrub that in and it will transfer that foil to your art piece. Now, let me just tell you this. If it doesn't transfer 100% and you don't like that it didn't transfer 100%, don't stress about it, okay? I'm going to use my fingernail a little. You can add more size and let that dry and transfer it again if you want to add more color. So don't stress too much if it doesn't fully transfer. Look at that. See, mine transferred a little too much there. But we can fix that. I'm going to get a brush and we'll scrub off some of that that transferred onto my paint. So I'm just going to scrub off all of the goodness. All that stuff that kind of got on there, it shouldn't have been. All right. Now, hang on. I am going to real quick, let me wipe that water off before I do anything else. That is super cute. Is that not awesome? A stiff brush, yes, a stiff brush like a scrubby, or I use my finger a lot, my fingernails, because look at my nails. They're so long and hard. So before I move on, I'm going to do one more little thing. I have a little black. Whoops, I just slung Christmas tree stuff. I have a little bit of black on my palette, and I'm going to add just one drop of white. And I am going to give this piece a little bit of a shadow, okay? So I want to give it a little bit of shadow underneath one side. So I'm going to get white on my brush, and I'm going to mix one little pin dot of black in and make myself a little bit of a gray, because I don't want it to be black. I just want a tiny hint of shadow. So I'm just going to go right along the outside. Let me go this way. The outside edge of my ornament and create just a little bit of shadow. There we go. Just so it's not floating and boring. Voila. A little tiny bit of shadow. So you can see it's not much. It's just a tiny, tiny bit. And I love this animal print. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to grab my red. I'm going to do a Christmas tree. We're doing a Christmas tree. So I am going to grab, trying to decide what color. I'm going to grab up, this is metallic. I'm going to use it. This is Dazzling Metallic Festive Green. We used this the other day. I'm going to put a little bit of this on my palette. And we're just going to give ourselves a little formation of a Christmas tree. Okay, nothing too fancy. Just a little background, kind of like we did the black for the foil. In case it didn't transfer fully, it has a black background for what doesn't transfer. So we're going to do the same with the tree. We're going to add a little bit of green. So if we have any spaces between our little glass giblets, it will still show green through that. So let's decide. So see how our tree is just going to sit right there on the side. So we're just going to go, I'm going to get some green on my brush. Hopefully this is not going to be too translucent. And we're just going to go in. Yep, it's translucent. I'm going to add a little bit of a darker green in. This is Plantation Pine. This is called Flying by the Seat of Your Pants while you're painting. Okay, so I'm going to get the dark green first. We're going to create a little tree. Don't worry too much about it being perfect, because we are going to put glass on top. And most of this will be covered up. We just want to have a little bit of green in case it's, I'm going to hit this with my dryer, in case any of that's showing through. So you can see it's barely covering there. Hang on, I'm going to dry that real quick and do another coat. now I gotta plug my thing in. Okay, so I'm gonna give it one more coat just to show that green through. I'm using that dark color. It seems to cover the foil better. And then we'll put a little bit of that green metallic on top. There we go. So there's our backdrop for our glass. So real quick, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do for glass. So when I buy sheet glass from Hobby Lobby, it's like a 12 by 12 inch square of sheet glass. And I use these nippers to create what I like to call just leaf shapes. So they're just shapes like this. You just nip them with using these nippers off the sheet, and I'll show you real quick what I mean. So that was just a small little liner brush. I didn't even look. It's just something small, just a small pointy brush. So this is just a little remnant of a 12 inch by 12 inch sheet glass. And so what I'm gonna do is just take my nippers and go in and just squeeze. And that creates a little small leaf, okay? So leaf, all you're doing, thank you for joining, Mary. Just squeeze and create these little bitty leafy shapes. You can use them for hair, you can use them for fur, but we're gonna use those shapes to create our Christmas tree. So I may need to grab a couple. I did pre-cut a few of these shapes. And I'm gonna hit that with a dryer so that we can put a little bit of glue on top of that. And then we'll put our glass on. We're gonna make a cute little Christmas tree. Still wet. Rebecca, my Hobby Lobby puts it on sale about once a month. About once a month, it's 30% off, but that's it. You don't get any more than that. So I am going to, that got hot, a little too hot. I'm gonna use glue to glue down my little Christmas tree pieces. And you can see I pre-cut a few. It's very small ones. You don't want them to be great big like this. You want them to be fairly small, maybe 3/4 of an inch-ish. So, stop that. It's business. So I'm gonna add a little bit of glue to my tree, just about the top third, or top half maybe, since it's a tiny little tree. And then we're gonna situate some glass bits into our piece. So let me figure this out. So let's say, I'm gonna put these up here so you can kind of see what I'm working with. So I think I'm gonna start with this one. It kind of looks like at the top of a tree. So we're just set that right there in that area. And then I'm gonna just start puzzling a little tree shape right on top of our little painted tree. So we're just gonna add in our limbs. And that one's too long. Need a little more glue. Got a little excited there. I think my tree pieces are still a little bit too big. We may have to nip them down a little. Okay, so this one is a little long. I'm gonna nip just the tip off. So we're just gonna puzzle in these branches into our piece. So this one, poo-poo. A little long as well. I'm just gonna nip off that end, just about 1/8 of an inch. I don't want the crumbs or the bits from that on my table, so I'm gonna do it over there. So we'll just fit that in and just keep formulating our little tree. Let's see, hang on. So I'm just making them a little smaller. See, I've cut that teeny little piece off, and we'll put this in here. We'll get another one. We're just gonna keep adding, and then we'll do a second layer. Just keep adding to our tree. I need one more little piece, maybe right there. Okay, so now I'm gonna add a little tiny bit of glue on top. Yeah, mine has it on sale, not a lot, but at least once a month, so I find that odd. So now add a little bit of glue on top of that, and so we're gonna use, we're gonna use some more little glass bits to create a few more, I'm trying to find just the right piece, a few more, one more layer of the glass. So I'm gonna make these really small. And a second layer, and you're gonna overlap, well, it's still too big. You're gonna overlap your first pieces. Give it multi-dimension. So let's do that. And we'll do that. Just kind of fill in anywhere where you can kind of see a hole in it. And we'll do that. Oh, I need glue there. I don't have any glue there. It's gonna slide around. Keep going. See, basically one little piece could definitely cover this whole thing. And I'm gonna put this little piece up here. And I need one more little piece right there, and then I'll show you guys up close and personal what this looks like. So I'm taking the bigger leaf shape that I cut and just making a teeny tiny version of it. So we'll just stick it in. I don't like that piece. Hang on. Need something that's gonna fill that gap a little. Oops. All right, now I feel like I need one more little teeny something down at the bottom, but it's getting there. See how cute? I can't see if you can see because there's a glare, but I feel like we need one more little tidbit right in there. It's one of those things where you just can't be happy. It's never time to stop. I'm stopping. Done, y'all. So now what you can do is, I'm just trying to find something I could use for a little piece of a tree trunk. And I do have this little piece of string glass. You could use a piece of bronze, copper, gold, one little nugget of glass, which I don't have any near me. Actually, I do. Here's some black. So I'm just gonna fish out of this black glass a small tree trunk. Just something little. Something little that will work as a tree trunk. See that little tiny piece of glass? We're gonna use that as our tree trunk. We're just gonna stick it right in there. There's our trunk. Now, all right, let's get rid of this. Pop on. I'm actually going to do one more quick layer of gold on the little topper. To make that really nice and solid. Then I'm going to take my pen. I love outlining stuff with these graphic pens. And this is a 0.5. The brand is Master's Touch. It's a graphic needle drawing pen, and it's great for outlining and making things kind of pop. So I am going to take my pen and I'm going to pull it off of here real quick, and I'm going to outline that hook with my needle drawing pen. So we'll just do this. Just go right over it, over your line. You wouldn't even really need to trace this. You could just draw it yourself. All right, so then I'm going to outline the topper. That will help make that pop. So far, so good, so cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and put resin on this, and then after the resin is dry, we're going to drop in a few of these cute little red seed beads onto our tree so that it's decorated. But here's a hint. If you don't have seed beads, you can just take red paint and use your stylus or the tip end of your paintbrush and just dot on some little tiny red dots onto your tree to for like ornaments and stuff. So it doesn't have to be seed beads, but I think it's going to be really cute. Uh-oh, lost a piece. Where'd he come from? Oh, I lost the tree trunk. Let's get him back up there. All right, don't tip it over again. So there is that. All right, I'm gonna put that away. So we are gonna mix the tiniest amount of resin. They're in, I actually bought these, Felicia, on Amazon. So I went, did I say something wrong, Janie? Am I talking out the side of my head? I bought these on Amazon because I bought a whole bunch of them because I was tired of hunting them down. So I'm going to make the smallest, tiniest amount of resin because we really don't need but a smidge for something like this. So I would recommend that you make four or five of these at a time because this is really going to take the most minute amount of resin. So I'm going to literally mix a 1/4 ounce. So I'm going to do an 1/8 ounce of resin and an 1/8 ounce of hardener. I am going to mark it with my pen so that I can see that. So an 1/8 of an ounce, and that's going to be too much, guys. 1/8 of an ounce of resin and an 1/8 of an ounce of hardener, and that's going to be way more. So, not when it's dry, sorry. Yeah, when I get it on. I'm crazy, y'all. So that is also going to be too much, the 1/4 ounce. So make sure you have more than one to do, or make sure that you have something else you can pour the resin on. So I'm going to grab up. Do y'all notice that my art pieces keep getting smaller and smaller because I'm almost out of resin and I'm having a heart attack. So I'm going to set that aside. Actually, I'm going to set it right there and then measure my resin in this cup. So we're going to use art resin. Thank you for timing, Catherine. And if you're mixing this small of amount, be super careful about not over pouring one part of the other because it will fill to your line really quickly. So I'm going to just barely pour. It is an archive pen, Lisa. You have to have something that won't run with resin. So you could use Posca pens or any archive quality marker. That's 1/4 ounce of hardener. Now I'm going to do a 1/4 ounce of resin. You want something that is archive quality or a Posca pen so that it doesn't run when you pour resin over the top. And I'll tell you this right now, Sharpies will run. They will not work for outlining underneath resin. So I have this tiniest amount of resin here. So we have to stir this for 3 minutes. And that's probably excessive for this amount of resin, but we're gonna do it anyway because we're gonna do it all proper. So you're gonna stir for 3 minutes, scrape your sides, scrape the bottom, and do this for 3 minutes. So while you have my undivided attention for 3 whole minutes, if anybody has any questions about the artwork or the foils or the 3-day Christmas tree challenge, I'd be happy to answer your questions right now while I got nothing to do but stir. So let me have it. Let me know. So yes, make sure the pen ink is dry. No Sharpies. So 3-day challenge starts Monday. You do not have to be there. You have forever access once you register. You absolutely do not have to follow along with us. There's a supply list. There are videos inside the challenge that teach you how to break your own glass, color your own glass, all those kinds of things. Anything you need to know. If you're pending, you'll get there. We don't monitor that 24/7, but we do go and check every once in a while, and we will get you in, I promise, in plenty of time. The nippers I'm using are from eBay. Do a search on eBay for mosaic nippers, and you should find those. So look for the ones that have the flat tips, okay? Can you talk about painting clear glass pieces? I'm not sure exactly what you mean, painting clear glass pieces, so you're going to have to expound on that, and I'll be happy to talk about that. If using sand on a canvas, would you put it on before or after? Mary Beth, I always put sand on after, because if you put it on before, the sand is going to mix into your resin and it's going to spread everywhere. Most resins do have a bad odor, but that is why I use art resin. Okay, this is made in the USA, and it is non-VOC, non-BPAs. It is a non-hazmat resin, and it is not stinky. It is not stinky at all. So, let's see. You cannot get foil at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, to my knowledge. The foil, you can buy foil at from Rima. The link is posted about 10 times in this thread, so you can find that. It is Walls and More by Mimi. Dee says, I've been thinking the 4x4s would be cute stocking holders. Absolutely. You could put some sort of weight in the back of them. I can't tump this one up and show you right now, but like a rock or a stone. And yeah, I think that would work. You just need to find like something that'll weight it down enough. I wouldn't have an idea about what to do. Maybe a portion of a brick or something. There is a nativity scene on the horizon, so stay posted. And no, if you are a member, you do not pay the $10 challenge. There is, Jean, I could tell you haven't been on the member page in a hot minute, because there is a post pinned for all those asking. There's a post pinned on the member Facebook page that tells you how to sign up for the challenge. So, Amazing Clear Cast is the worst resin ever. I'm sorry, Sandy. I hate to break it to you, but what I want you to do is read the label on the Amazing Clear Cast. Number one, that stuff is going to yellow within a week. It's going to be terrible. It's stinky. You have to wear a mask, not just a paper mask either. You have to wear like a real ventilated mask to apply that stuff. That stuff is hazardous. It even tells you on the label that it is super hazardous to, I can't even remember what it said, but I read it one day and I was like, what in the world Why would anybody? But Sandy, you can find art resin. They do sell it at Hobby Lobby in the art department, not in the craft department. So go look in the art department at Hobby Lobby, and they sell it at Joann's, and they sell it online at Amazon. So if you have Amazon Prime, you could get that free shipping. All right. Let's see. Oh, yes. What I do, Amy, is just lay my clear glass into a box, spread it out so it's not all touching each other, and just spray paint it. What you want to do is just mist it lightly, and then let that dry, and then continue to mist lightly and let dry until you get the color you want. That's all you got to do. Easy peasy. Just don't try to saturate it and get the color in one pop, because then it's going to run and you're going to have a runny mess and the paint's not ever going to dry. So misting is the cue or the key to that. Time up, she said. She said it like five times. I'm still stirring. Let's see. $10. The 3-day challenge is $10. I'm trying to catch up. Nancy, there's a link in this page, and no, do not cancel your request for the groups. We have been super busy today, guys, and we have not had, I'm trying to get kits out, and we have not had a chance to go in and sign let everybody in. But if you did not, I know I'm still stirring, but that's okay. If you, that is not the right website for the challenge, but if you've not gotten in yet, please be patient with us. We are working on that as much as possible. So just give us some grace and we'll get it done. Okay, I'm going to just pour my resin and then I'll come back and answer questions because I need to get this on my canvas. So I'm going to first drizzle right on my glass. Just drizzle your glass first so that it just kind of seeps down into the crevices and covers it all nicely. And then it'll start running out the edges, and that's when you know you're covered really well, when it starts to run. So we'll just run that. And now, this is going to be way too much. I could probably do 2 with this 1/4 ounce of resin. I'm going to use my stick to kind of spread that resin out. Actually, I'm going to use my hand. It's very annoying. I'm going to just kind of pour a little bit more. I used about half of what I mixed. So 1/8 of an ounce, 1/4 ounce will make 2. Easy. Easy peasy. So be prepared for that unless you mix less. All right, so that was literally less than 1/4 of an ounce. All right, so before I add my glass beads, I'm going to pour just a smidge more on this tree just to make sure it's covered. We'll let that run. And okay, Carol, I misspoke. I meant before the resin is poured. Before I add the red, I'm going to hit this with my heat. I'm going to use my heat gun, and I'm just going to pop it with the heat gun and get out any bubbles that may have accumulated with the mixing of the resin. Okay, so hit it with your heat. You can use a blow dryer, you can use a heat gun, you can use a creme brulee torch, all that kind of stuff. So it's just a matter of getting some heat on there to pop those bubbles. I have a little bit of debris. I'm going to try to get that out with my little stick, with my stylus. You could use a toothpick if you have any little remnants in there. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little baby cup. No, that's not right either, Sue. Oh, I know. I'm going to pop the link in just a second for the challenge. Just give me a minute. So I'm going to just dump a few of these red beads into a little cup. I'm going to put this back on, and then I will show you what I'm using. These come from Hobby Lobby in the jewelry department, okay? It's called Bead Treasures. They're glass seed beads, and the color is called dark red. These, yes, I do have strong nails. These are half price at Hobby Lobby right now, guys. All that stuff in the jewelry department, all these seed beads, all the mosaic glass chips and stuff are on sale at Hobby Lobby. Go get you some. Go get you some. Yes, and the reason, just like Irene said, the reason we don't add the beads first is because they're so lightweight. They'll float everywhere, and you won't be able to control where they're going. So I'm just going to take a couple in my hand, and I'm going to just put them, and I can use you can use a toothpick too to kind of place them where you want if they're wiggly. See, I can't even get this one to go where I want it to go. So I'm going to put a few on my tree, I think. And I'm on the struggle bus. Put a few on your tree. I'm just going to drop them and then move them as I need to. For decoration, you could use all kinds of colors. You could use gold, you could use clear, you could use red. But I'm just going to drop a few in, and then we'll correct the boo-boos. So you see I have some over here. That's how light they are. They don't even want to go where you want them to after the resin's on. So I'm going to just kind of wiggle them around and put them where I want them to be, because they're not the boss of me. Put them on the tree. We'll get this one scooped up over here. And let me see if I can scoop it up and put it right on this branch. There we go. So, hang on. Wiggling a couple of them around, and voila! There is our cute little Christmas tree on an ornament. Is that not adorable? Great little teacher's gift, a co-worker gift, that kind of thing. Just a cute little prezzy. Okay, so I'm getting distracted by the comments. So I want to make sure nobody goes home or goes back to what they were doing without knowing all the details. Okay, so I'm going to turn my camera back up really quick and see if I can not be upside down. Hang on. Let me flip, and then let me get my camera back where it needs to be. It doesn't want to stay. Hang on, hang on. It's falling. Okay, so I got to back up because it was too close to my face and it was trying to fall. So here is the link to our challenge. I think. No, not yet. Hang on, let me find it. I'm going to post that link real quick. Then I'm going to show you up close and personal. Today has just been a terrible. Okay, there, I just posted the link to the 3-day Christmas tree challenge right here. $10 registration fee for that challenge. We love, 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 love to have all of you. Again, I know I've said this, but I'm going to say it again. For all the people in the back, you do not have to be there. Once you register, you have forever access to the videos on how to create these trees. Yeah, you get it always. So you don't have to, be there live with us. You can make these trees whenever you want, okay? I would sell this little piece for $30. That is my minimum. That's the cheapest thing I'm ever going to do, except for like a little Christmas ornament. And so that is what that would be. If anybody has a question about, I'm trying to see if I'm missing any questions. The trees to my right are these trees. This is a video we did inside this page last year. So if you like it, you can go check out last year's Christmas videos for that. And let's see if I can answer any questions that people might have. I don't want anybody to go home without knowing all the deal, all the stuff. Yeah, members get it for free. Do not try to use this link. If you're a member, you need to go to the Shattered Circle Facebook page, the private page, and why does that keep popping into my thing? And use the link in the private page. Okay. Let me see. I'm getting, I can't see the post on my phone for some strange reason. So, let's see. I do buy my crushed glass. I buy it wholesale by the thousands of pounds. You can purchase glass from me on artshattered.com. I don't know why that keeps popping up, but you can purchase glass from me on artshattered.com. And Facebook is making me crazy. Let's see. I can't scroll back and look at any of the comments for some reason. Let's see. I'm going to use my laptop. I apologize. Mary, if you join the $10 challenge, you will be invited to join our Shattered Circle membership group at the end of the challenge. So we're not doing like a public open like we normally do, but if you join into this challenge, we will have a special invite just for people in that challenge. Is it possible to do an actual ornament with glass and resin? It's hard to do something that's like three-dimensional, but you could actually, like, if you had here's what I like: these plastic ornaments that are in like halfsies. I like to use those, but I don't think you could put glass on an actual ornament. Let's see. If you don't do this challenge, it will open for you. No, if you don't do the challenge, you won't have an invite to join. So we're only inviting people who are in this challenge. Okay, so let's see. I'm sorry, y'all. Facebook is crazy today, and they're not letting me see anything. Okay. Yay, Mary. Okay, so any more questions either about this cute little piece we did? So cute. I'll show you a picture of it later or when it's dry. So if anybody has any more questions, let me know, and then I will see if I can answer your questions. Karen, I do not carry string glass. You can get that at Hobby Lobby all day long. I try not to compete with them because it's impossible. But they have all their string glass beads on. You're talking about this kind of string glass, right? Are you talking about this kind? I do not carry that in my website. You can go to JL Glass on Etsy or Facebook, as Catherine just posted. And that's where you get that stuff, okay? It's called Vitrograph. Jonette, I did not see your question, so ask it again and I will try to answer it. Let's see. So Rebecca, you'll be able to get into the paid group next week during the challenge. Jonette, I resined my mercury glass in a small section. It went away. Oh, Facebook. Hang on. You're going to have to ask it again because it totally went away. So you resined your mercury glass tree and you're having an issue. What's your issue? Let me know. Facebook, it's killing me, man. Killing me, Facebook. So if I don't get to your question and you're in the membership group, please go ask your question on the membership page because you're going to get a quicker, faster answer there anyway. I have used glass tile before many times. I actually have some little round circle glass tiles that somebody gave me. And I'm going to be using those to make a snowman soon. So stay tuned for that. It takes resin 8 to 12 hours to dry to the touch, 72 hours before it's fully cured. But I'll be able to come back tomorrow and touch this and it'll be fine. You just don't want to ship or wrap it in anything for 72 hours. Okay? Jeanette's one small section didn't dry. So what you need to do, it depends on, is it super sticky or is it just a little sticky? If it's super sticky and gooey, you're going to need to scrape out that gooey section that never dried and re-resin the entire thing over again. So I hate that. And that happens for one of two reasons. And because it's one tiny section, I'm going to assume it is because when you're stirring, if you don't scrape the sides really well, but then when you're adding your resin, you scrape the sides onto your piece, you might have got a little tiny bit of resin that was not mixed in with hardener, and that would create that sticky spot. So that's it. You're welcome. Any more questions about the challenge, about this art piece, or anything else? I'm happy to answer. And then I'm going to go have some supper.
Is the glass heavy?
Stop. See? Let's see here. You will love our group. Our group is the best. We have the best group ever. Dave thinks he's funny. He's being funny. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, if you don't have any more questions, I would love to see you in the foil link has been posted 72 times. It has literally been posted so many times. We're going to post it one more time and then we're going to go. Let's see. I'm going to post also something has happened to my comments. They're all gone. Let's see. I'm going to post this link, I think, one more time. And the kits are sold out, Susan. They have been sold out since Sunday. We are trying to get more kits put together. We had trouble getting resin from Art Resin. But if you are in the challenge already, if you are a registered participant of the challenge, we will probably in the next 24 to 36 hours be posting kits, and it will be 1000% first come, first serve, and that'll be all we're doing, because we have been slammed with these kits and we have been struggling with getting supplies shipped to us in a timely fashion. I'm not trying to blame other people, but I'm blaming other people because 6 weeks ago I ordered resin and still don't have it. And so what we had to do is go out and purchase resin at a retail price and then start filling little bottles. So it's like taking us twice as long as it should. Doesn't matter. We will have more soon. They won't be done in time for the class to start, but we will have more, and you'll be able to purchase them and do your tree after the class is done. So, yeah. So just watch for that. Inside the group will not be a public sale. It'll only be available, the link will only be available inside the Christmas Tree Challenge. So watch for that. The last thing I'm going to say. Okay. The last thing I'm going to say is if you've joined our Christmas Tree Challenge, the minute you register, you will receive an email from us that says, welcome to the Christmas Tree Challenge. So if you don't have your email, I would encourage you to go into your email inbox and do a search for those words. Welcome to the Christmas Tree Challenge. If you have checked your junk, and if you've done that search and you still can't find it, it might be a little bit likely that you entered your email address into the form incorrectly, and then you will need to email us at info@artshattered.com and we will get you straight, okay? So the email is where the link is to join the Facebook page and where the supply list is. The supply list is also on the Facebook page, so don't stress about that. The supply list is everywhere, but go and look for that. And if you can't find it, I mean, it'll be immediate. So if you joined, immediately go looking for that email, okay? So let me see if there's anything else, and then we're gonna just go. All right. Let's see. I don't see anything else, and I see that Facebook is trying to bump me off again. So we're going to hop off. I will be doing the live again tomorrow, so watch for that. And I promise I'm going to comb my hair tomorrow. I know my hair's a hot mess. I hope you guys enjoyed this cute little animal print Christmas ornament with the little baby tree. And we'd love to have you in our group. Come join us come join us for our challenge. And I'm fumbling over my words now, so I'm just going to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.